Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Richlit KISIKI, and today on another episode of CEO 000, I present to you Richard from aka as Richlit. He will tell us more about himself. So Richlit, karibu.
Thank you very much, brother. I go by the name Richlit, and my actual name's Richard George, and I'm a forex trader all the way from Tanzania, Dar es Salaam. I've been trading, I can say, for over 5 years now, and I can call myself the youngest trader so far in Tanzania, and that's all about me shortly, yeah.
Yeah, so that's a little bit about Richard. Many people talk about him. He's known all over. He's quite a young genius in Tanzania, quite a genuine trader, and I must say he has a lot of people that keep up to his attention. So Richard,
Yeah.
I understand many young people envy you. They want to know, who's Richlit? What does he do? Despite trading, what else is he into? Because people don't actually believe or feel like you trade for a living.
Yeah.
They see you living according over their let's say over their expectations.
Yeah.
The lifestyle that Richlit as a brand gives out to the young generation or displays out to the young generation is quite more than what many people can afford.
Yeah.
So can you tell us a little bit about what you do behind the box so that people can get to know you?
So how I can say it and how I can put it, actually, my main business and my main source of income and that has been able to make me the person that I am today mainly is trading. So I got into trading, obviously. When I got into trading, I started from nothing, and I had nothing. The first time I actually started trading, my first deposit was actually $3, and I had to beg my parents for that, like, you know, because you know, African parents back then, they weren't supportive of these online businesses and whatnot. So I got into trading purely out of faith. And so far, the first time I traded, I turned $3 into $70.
Wow.
So I don't know how I did it, honestly. If you told me at that time to replicate what I did, honestly, I don't know. It was maybe luck, because I just previously, prior to that day, I probably traded demo for like a few months because I was still in school.
Yeah.
So I had to balance school and trading.
Yeah.
But so my first withdrawal, $70, obviously I didn't have much use of money back then, so I just took it out, withdrew it, and gave it to my parents, divided it among the two. And from then they were like, oh, okay, so this thing actually is real. So they were beginning to be more supportive of it and giving me capital. And you know, that's how my journey started. But afterwards, you know, because I was a bit overconfident, so I went on and blew so many accounts afterwards. So that was my journey. But I cannot say that I come from a background that's, you know, like those people who say like they come from poor families and whatnot. I was not actually from a poor family. I can call my family middle class. So they sort of supported me in my journey of trading. So far as we grow, you know, into forex trading, you make money, you know, you start. Obviously, the first thing, once you feel like you're already master trading, you want to share it with people. You want to teach people. That's when you start branching into mentoring, you know, and offering different services like signals and whatnot and stuff like that. So lately, as of lately, is when I've started thinking of branching into other things aside from trading. And the first thing on my mind I'm actually currently working on is real estate. Lucky enough, my parents do have some plots in Bagamoyo, so I'm planning to. I have not yet disclosed that project, but I'm planning to start a project in that area because we have almost like over 20 acres of land over there.
Wow, that's amazing.
So yeah, you know, but most people that get into trading right now, with my experience and my journey, I like to tell people that forex trading is not a place where you come and make money. I feel like forex trading is a place where you come to grow money. Because even in trading itself, for you to be able to be successful, you know, you need to have an account, and your account is not gonna run on air or water. You know, you have to deposit. So if you don't have that amount to deposit, then you're not gonna be able to trade. Let alone if you blow your account, you know, you have to redeposit. You still have to maintain your day-to-day life, living expenses like rent, like food and stuff like that. So yeah, but and to answer about me being able to live my lifestyle being a bit over what most people can, you know, can afford. You know, I can say everything is more of a personal choice, you know, because it depends. I believe every person makes money one way or the other.
That's true.
So you get to decide where do you spend your money on. You can decide if you want to be a person who is more of a future, more of a saver, like I want to save my money so I can come and do something in the future, or you can decide that, okay, I want to look good, I want to drive something good. So for me, what inspired me to get into trading is seeing people from other countries. But then, because when I get into trading, my first motivation was actually when I went into YouTube, I saw a video where a 16-year-old buys a Lamborghini. That was around maybe 2017. I was like, what? Like, okay, a 16-year-old is buying a Lamborghini. What am I doing with my life right now? Yeah. So I was like, what am I doing with my life? Like, I have to figure a way, because it's possible. Somebody has done it.
It is very possible.
So, you know, why not me? What's the difference? So that's what inspired me. So my whole process in trading and whatnot, my whole visualization was that one day I get to be this person that I am right now. You know, I get to drive these good cars, exotic cars. I get to travel the world. You know, I get to live a lifestyle that I desire. That was my main motivation. So people might think like what I make is so much bigger than what most people make, but you know, I can't say that, because you know, I'm quite somewhere. I can't say I'm below standards, but I'm up standards. But I just figure out what do I want, you know, what kind of life do I want to live, how much is it gonna cost me, how much am I making, is what I want beyond what I make, or is it below my means? Because a lot of people tend to try to live a lifestyle that in reality they can't afford.
Yeah, that's very true.
That end up getting into, you know, into debts and negative, you know, people getting into loans and whatnot just because they want to maintain a certain lifestyle, a certain brand, and a certain status. But that's not for me. So I figured out, okay, I make this much. Okay, like for example, when I travel right now, I travel in economy. It's not like I don't see business class, but I don't see first class. Okay, maybe I can pay for that, but then you think, if I pay for first class, you still have to pay for, you know, your accommodation where you go. You still have to, you know, move around and, you know, do stuff like that. So if you first get into things like, you know, I want to prove this to this certain person, you end up spending more than what you have to prove a point. You know, that's not worth it.
That is very true.
Yeah.
Traveling first class or business class does not mean that you have money.
It's the same plane.
Exactly, it's the same plane, and it's taking you to the same destination.
The same destination, yeah.
That is very true.
Yeah.
You've said quite a lot. You've answered quite a lot of questions with the speech that you just made, and I'm quite grateful. So, Richlit, tell me, in which year or in what year did you start trading exactly?
Okay, so I first came into contact with trading in November 2017. 2017. Where a relative of mine went to the UK for schooling, and he came back. And you know, during his studies there, he came across forex trading.
Oh, yeah.
And when he came back, that was when I actually saw the YouTube video about a 16-year-old buying a Lamborghini. So I was on YouTube looking about, how can I do this? So I was going through stuff like e-commerce, like Amazon, I don't know, Shopify, you know, but those, drop shipping, but those things don't apply where I am. You know, I can't do drop shipping in Tanzania. We don't even have the correct system for that yet.
That's true.
So it was during that time when he came and was like, you know, I saw this opportunity, and when I look at you, I feel like this is something you can do.
Oh.
Yeah.
So he introduced you to trading.
Introduced it to me.
Oh, that's nice.
And I never talk about him very much. Actually, let me give him a shout out. His actual name is Rapid Brains Forex. He was a lecturer at the time, but now works at Tanzanian Revenue Authority. Oh wow! And he's a trader as well.
Shout out to him.
A very good trader. So he introduced it to me, but unfortunately, he was also learning. It was new for him.
Okay.
So he could not show me the way because he was trying to figure out the way.
He was still learning.
He was still learning too.
Okay.
So he just dropped at me the Forex Bible from Baby Pips. It's like a 500-page PDF.
Yeah.
And he told me like you need to read like 100 pages of this, and after you read 100 pages of this, come back to me. So he told my parents, but my parents didn't want me. They're like, Richard is schooling, you're gonna get his focus out of school with this, but you know, he just decided to take the risk. He's like, you know, your parents told me not to share this with you, but I'm sharing it with you anyway. So he sent me the PDF. So I started learning. Every day, I remember I used to try and at least get in 5 to 10 pages a day for the PDF. So within like a week or so,
you are done.
Finished the 100 pages. I'm like, hey, I've done the 100 pages. What's next? And I'm ready because I'm excited now. I have the energy. So he introduced me to MetaTrader 4 at the time. He directed me on how to open a demo account, and I opened my first demo account, and then I was playing around with them. I didn't barely understand anything, but I was going through YouTube, whatever free information I can, because at the time, the gurus in trading, for them to be able to mentor you, they charge you a lot of money.
Yeah, very true.
Yeah,
a lot of money.
And I didn't have that kind of money to pay, and let alone I didn't have anyone behind me that believed in trading. Let alone they never even heard of it until then, so they were very pessimistic about it.
Yeah.
So I did demo account for like a year. And my first time trading, which I talked about previously, was around 2018. I can say maybe September or so.
On a live account.
On a live account.
Okay.
That's when I firstly deposited. Like my mom was going out to work, and I was like, I need money. I want to try this. Whooped out like 6,000 T shillings. Like, take this, go trade. I was like, what? So deposited it. Back then we had a broker. I don't know if it still exists. Templar.
Yeah, it was closed down. Yeah, long time ago.
You know, so deposited came in like $3, bro. I don't know how it did it. 10, 20. And then I remember making the most money from USD ZAR. So USD / South African rand. The pair is very volatile.
Yes, it is.
So somehow I gambled my way into, you know, made $70. So I made $70. I called the guy who introduced me. Like, hey, I made $70. Like, don't trade anymore. Withdraw it. You know, don't trade anymore. You're gonna lose. So like, I withdrawed it, and then like, you know, it came like 140 something at the time. So yeah, so slowly my journey came on. But you know, it wasn't easy. Like afterwards, I had some sort of belief like, okay, this thing is just easy as that. Yeah. So the next time I came with $100, lost
all of it.
So lost all of it. You know, when you go into I shared this when I spoke last time at an event. You know, for most people, they take their deposit lightly, because you might deposit $100 today, $50 tomorrow. But when you go into your trading history,
it's a lot of money.
And you look at the last 6 months of your trading, and you realize, for me, I realized I blew $3,000.
You'll even feel hurt.
Yeah, I was like $3,000. Like I didn't even notice, you know.
Yeah, that's
but
true.
You know, that's the bad part about it. But slowly, I can say the most changing year for me was from 2021. That was like maybe 2 years after me live trading. That's when I started, you know, getting known, getting the people, you know, getting to notice me, because I was like more of like the underdog. But then, you know, you start making money and you start upgrading the way you live and the things you do. You just move differently, because you know, nobody's gonna pay attention to you unless they see that you're different.
You're different, yeah.
Because you have to be the black sheep amongst the white sheep.
Yes, that's true.
So move differently, take a different path. You know, people start to see. You know, the good thing about success, you don't even have to make noise about it.
It will make noise.
Just by the way you are, the way you move, the way you carry yourself, the way you are, people know like, okay, this guy is making the bag.
Yeah, that's
true.
You
know, you can see like he was like this and now he's like this. So people start noticing me. We go from there. That's when, you know, we start mentoring and, you know, gaining the followers and the audience, and then the brokers coming in like, hey, we want you to be an IB. We want to work with you. You know, networking with people in events and whatnot and stuff like that. So, you know, that was mainly for me. It's not been easy.
It has not been easy.
But we've been able to stand till lately. You know, as a trader, and as you grow, the more you grow, the more challenges you face. So, you know, people think like when you succeed, that's the end of it. Your life is just smooth. But you have to understand, the more you grow, the more the responsibilities that come on top of you.
That is very true.
You need to encounter, and that, you know, that's how you continue to grow, because it builds your character and it challenges you. So
that is very true. You've been quite through a lot.
Definitely, yeah.
At a young age, and you're still striving, you're still passing through very many thick bushes and so on to get to where you want to get. I understand where you say that you have to move different in order for people to notice you.
Exactly.
Which is totally true. From my opinion, you the youngest trader in Tanzania that I saw or have seen buy a car at a young age. That was in 2019.
Yeah, I think my first car was 2019.
2019, yeah. It was a Ractis, right?
It was. Yes.
It was a Ractis.
It was a black one.
I remember by then I was in Nairobi.
Yeah.
Then I was like, okay, who are the traders in Tanzania? Then I come to see Richlit on top of your ride, and I'm like, okay. I look at your
it was a
pictures
tiny car, but for me it felt like a Bugatti, bro.
No, it wasn't tiny. It was, a win is a win.
A win is a win.
And despite the fact that you are young at that age, at that stage, a very big congratulations to you, because I believe very many traders out there try to get that chance and they don't make it through, but you are able to make it.
Yeah.
And you've severed all through that, and until now you're driving a...
It's a Prado.
A Prado.
I had a BMW GT. Sadly, it got into an accident.
Oh, sorry about that.
Now I'm with a 2020 Land Cruiser.
Okay, a 2020 Land Cruiser. So that's an estimate of around $90,000.
Probably, yes. Around 180 million to 200 million.
Yeah. So that's 90,000. Let's say $87,000 to be precise.
Yeah.
So for a young trader in Tanzania, one that is driving an $87,000 to $90,000 car, it's an envy to many young traders out there. Many traders, young and old, want to be in the same path or want to be in the same shoes that you're in, and they cannot be able to do that. But you've been able to do that at quite a young age, and we must say congratulations on that. So, what is it that you tell the young and old traders that want to be in the stage or in the shoes that you're in right now? Is there any piece of advice that you can give them?
Definitely. So the first thing that you have to recognize as an individual, which most people don't know and try to skip it, is the hardest question you'll ever face in your life is answering who are you, who you are. And this question, if you don't know it, it might cause you to waste a lot of time. That's why you see people jumping into network marketing. The next thing you see them, trying to flip cars and be a dalali. Then they see Forex, then they see these scams, Ponzi schemes coming in the network, in internet, and they join all cryptocurrency. So the first thing is you have to identify who you are. After you know who you are, like, okay, I'm Richard, and I know that, I want to be successful, and, I want, in this life, I know I want to make $1 billion. Okay, I want to make $1 billion. You already know, okay, this is who you are. You want to become a billionaire. The next question is how? Okay, I want to make this amount of money, and I have a number in mind. Like maybe I want to make $1 million. You already know you want to make $1 million. The next question is how? Okay, you do your research. Pros and cons, what am I good at? Like maybe I'm smart, I learn things quickly, or I like numbers, or maybe I can speak to people, I can influence people, so maybe, I can maybe go into marketing. So once you figure out, okay, I looked at my pros, okay, maybe I like numbers, I like, maybe I can influence people. So, okay, you decide maybe, okay, I'm gonna be an entrepreneur, or maybe I'm gonna be like a salesperson, or I'm gonna be a Forex trader. You're a Forex trader. Okay, I wanna be a millionaire, my name is Richard. I wanna be a billionaire, I wanna make $1 billion, and how am I gonna do it? I'm gonna trade Forex. Okay, you already have that. Now into the action part.
Yeah.
I'm into Forex. How do I make $1 billion with Forex? Okay, I'm gonna need to have a capital. How much is the capital I wanna start with? Maybe $100, maybe $1,000. Do I have $1,000 or do I not have $1,000? Okay, maybe I have $100. Okay, this is what I have at hand. Because you're not gonna have everything when you're starting, but you gotta start. Regardless of the situation you're in, you're gonna have to deal with the cards you've been dealt.
Yeah.
So I have $100. What do I do? Okay, the first thing, I have to get knowledge. I have to know what I'm getting into. I have to know the risk. I have to know how to move, and, how to trade, build the knowledge, build the skill set. So once I get into trading, I already know how I'm gonna move. This is the plan. So mainly know who you are, set goals. Goals is not the end. Have a plan. Have a plan, execute your plan, go from there. You're gonna move God is gonna pave a way for you as long as you're moving towards the goal. You know, things are gonna work out. But once you sit here and you just look on Instagram, oh, this person is doing this. This trader in USA just bought a Bugatti. Richlit just did this, or maybe, you know, KISIKI capital traders, they just did this. You know, that's not gonna get you anywhere. So I think that's my main advice for most young people that they miss, is that they don't know who they are. They don't have goals. They may have goals, but then they don't have a game plan. The execution plan. Because having goals and you're not doing anything, you know, even for me, I'm a Christian, I believe in God. You know, I pray a lot, but you know, you can't pray to God and just sit down and hope. You ask God to give you blessings and you're doing nothing. What way, what channel is God gonna come and bless you through, right? So that's how I move. And that's how I think if people want to make it, especially for young people, that's the path they should take. Self-recognition.
One thing that excites me with Richlit is he's a genius, as I told you, and he talks about God in whatever he does. Something which is very valuable, something which puts him at a high stand beneath many other, or above many other people, which is something very unique. And from whatever he said you must know who you are.
You must.
With his saying, you can understand that he's a genius, he's a young individual who's filled with such brains that are thinking way above the ordinary, which is something very, 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 very unusual. And Richlit, we understand that the game is crazy. The Forex game is crazy, especially in Tanzania, whereby many people have to do a lot, quite a lot, just to get where they're getting. Many people have to sacrifice, especially people do not know how to get capital in order to trade. And I understand many people do not know how to trade.
True.
From my experience, I've seen people just jumping into the game. You've been in the game for quite some time now. You've been mentoring students. You've been meeting quite a lot of people that want to trade, that know how to trade and so on. What is it that you can say about the Tanzanian market at large?
Tanzanian market at large, okay. So first and foremost, you know, Tanzanians, they're pretty smart people. And there are a few people who actually can really trade. You know, the bad part about our industry is we're mixed in with people who are real. You know, they do what they do for real. And the people who, you know, they pretend like they know what they're doing, but they don't know what they're doing.
Exactly.
You know? So all in all, what I can say in this specific matter, Tanzania is big, our population is big. You know, I think we have over 60 million.
Yes, 60 million.
I don't think we've done a census to know how many people are trading, but you know, there's quite a lot. Even when you go to events, you know, you see you can even get 1,000 people to come, you know, and that's just in one city, not in all those other cities that we have in the country. So the market is good, but then it's just, you know, if you are like someone is a role model or someone you're following and you want to learn from them, you have to actually know how to filter between a person who is actually real with what they say and who is not real with what they say. Because a lot of people talk on social media, you know, like I don't want to do any name dropping. Like for instance, we've been having a lot of commotion in the industry. Somebody, a trader, recorded a video criticizing about you know, trading robots. You know? Yeah, and personally, we do know the person, and we know a lot about his business. But then, you know, we don't want to put people's business out there. But then they try to make something seem negative, but you have to understand everything is negative. For example, that person is a mentor. They do courses. We have to understand we do have good mentors who they know they do have effective trading strategies, and we have bad mentors who they don't know to trade, but they're just selling courses because, you know, that's how they run their stuff.
That's true.
The same way we have signal providers. We have people who provide really good signals and they really know how to trade. You know, a friend of mine is a really good trader. Good signals, but then there are people who have the trashy, they don't even know how to trade, but they're selling signals.
Wait a moment, before you continue. Someone was criticizing robot traders.
Yes.
Why was he criticizing?
So he was saying, you know, it's impossible to be profitable in trading by using robots.
Why?
So he said that, you know, robots, they're not real. You know, people just sell robots. just trying to dupe people and whatnot.
And how did he know that?
That's a good question. You know, me and my friend actually from Dubai, we were actually discussing. I was like, you know, does this guy know what he's saying? Because you know, creating a robot, you have to have a programmer
and a strategy.
And a strategy. But you know, the creating a robot, the first thing you have to know, it's expensive to create a robot.
Yeah.
But the thing, which is in every other area in Forex, it depends on who's creating that robot.
Yeah, that's true. Okay, without you saying much about that, I'll be able to give my point of view in that.
Yeah.
I've traded with robots, and I've made money with robots, and I've made losses with robots. Many people out there, the main reason maybe he's saying that, though I don't know his specific reasons, many people out there do not know how to code.
Yeah.
Many people out there steal strategies from different people. So let's say someone looks at the way you trade. They steal your strategy. They implement it in their robot. Without back testing, without doing nothing, anything to know whether the robot is working. And then they start selling it out there. We've seen that mainly with South African traders. There are also some Tanzanian traders doing that. So with this experience, you find a lot of people losing. But I don't think it's something that he would have the reason or the main act to say that robot traders
for example, like good example, he is a mentor. The person who said made the allegations, he is a mentor. You know, the good thing about a robot, you can buy a robot and you can backtest it before even putting it
in your account. Yeah.
But you're buying mentorship from someone, there's no way you can backtest his brain. To know if what he's saying
is true.
Even if does he really know to trade, or he's just trying to sell us coins. Of which the person who say those things, I'm pretty sure he doesn't know how to trade. If you wanna know if your mentor knows how to trade, call your mentor, give him a $500 account, trade this, let me see.
Actually, you are right. Let me tell you something. I've met mentors that talk.
They don't know how to trade, they talk.
They talk a lot.
They just know how to
give them an
themselves.
account. Yeah, they can't do anything.
It's all about branding.
That's true.
So it applies on everything. You can't make one thing seem negative, but it's everywhere. We have good and we have bad. You just have, if you wanna save people from harm's way, show them how do you filter the source. How do you know, like if somebody made a cause, how to know if this person is a good trader, so if you can get the robot or not, it makes sense.
Yeah.
Because then you're teaching people how to filter out the source.
Yes.
But crashing a robot, there's some robots out there that make millions of dollars for people and they're quiet.
And
I
have seen that, and it is still ongoing. So I can say that is true.
And that's where the future is heading. Everything is being automated. The same thing with artificial intelligence. In the next few years, they're gonna see AI trading. Even in stock exchanges, they're probably gonna implement this technology and stuff like that. So that's where the future is going. But obviously, we're gonna be mixed up with bad people in the industry. So you can't crash it saying that, oh, this is generally termed as negative. But it's only a few people who can make it negative.
To me, I feel like that was totally wrong.
Very.
He should have been clear with his reasons, as in he should be honest with people. Like, he should be able to tell people the reality of whatever is happening. Because if you crash something, there are a lot of people that are depending on that. There are a lot of people that are using or taking their time to develop robots. When they hear something like that,
and in your services in trading is more of a side hustle for many people. Because our main source of income is the chart. We trade. What we do on the side, maybe because people see that you trade, and they, like, bro. Like for me, I get a lot of DMs like, bro, like, can you assist us in our trade? And we want you to help us with 1, 2, 3. So you try and think what is best for you that you can do. For example, right now, I don't have any mentorship sessions with anyone. But then I do have people coming up to me on the daily basis. So I'm thinking, what can I do for them? That also might be a source of income for me that can also be of help to them.
Yeah,
that's what we do, So labeling it as if, it's not like that.
I understand.
Yeah, we understand trading as risk, and a lot of traders, because some people, the market is hard. Trading is hard. Very hard, and people lose money. A lot of times. I used to tell people profitability in trading is not about meaning that you don't blow accounts. Profitability in trading is about if you take 10 trades and out of the 10 trades you won even 6 trades, you can call yourself profitable. You know, that's how I measure profitability for me.
And that is actually true.
As long as my profit ratio is
higher
than my losses, you know. But it doesn't mean that I don't. Sometimes I trade and I blow accounts. For instance, in NFP, you might trade and then the market goes against your direction.
One thing you should understand, every real trader loses.
Exactly. And
if there is a trader that is telling you they don't lose,
it's a lie.
Run away. That is a scam. Run away. That can never happen.
That's, you know, it's part of the business.
It's part of the business.
It's part of it. You can't separate. Even when you open, that's I always tell people, when you open a trade, do you see blues? No. The first thing you see is red. So the market goes, and then, you know, if, you know, God's on your way, then the market moves into profit. You know, that's how it is. But there's no trade in this world that started with $200,000 profit. Then everybody could be profitable.
Yeah, everyone will be jumping.
Everyone will just be profitable.
So, Richlit, tell me something. Trading and luck. What can you tell me about this?
Yeah. So, what I actually tell a lot of people is that there's a very thin line between trading and gambling, and that depends on how someone is approaching it. If you don't know, for example, for me, like I have a trading strategy. Obviously, I will analyze and look for certain aspects in trading to the point of me making an entry. I already know this is where I'm gonna enter. This is where my stop loss is gonna be, and my stop loss, I've defined it. In this trade, how much of my account equity I wanna risk on this respective trade, and take profit, right? Have an exit plan, but also, you know, okay, maybe once the market reaches this point, I'm gonna go out. It doesn't depend even if I see the market is gonna go beyond the point where I expect it to go, but as long as my plan say that if it's at 10 I go out, at 10 I go out. Or if maybe it depends, you know, you might have a, you know, maybe a target, a daily target. So how does gambling come into effect? You come into trading and you don't know what you're doing. You just look at the chart, you look at the candlesticks, you just see stuff going up and down. You're like, let me just click buy, let me just click sell. So you have no difference with someone who's gambling in a sports betting center or what, you know.
Very true.
But what gives traders an edge is that we have a way to approach the market. You know, there are certain things we can look at, and they can be able to give us at least a prediction of what the outcome can be. If a football team is playing, you don't know what's gonna happen. But with trading, just because of you saw 1, 2, 3, maybe you saw a resistance level or a supply level, and you know, okay, it's a supply zone, market is right here, it's resisting, right now it's gonna shoot up or it's gonna break, you know. So we have things like that in which sports betting, you know, you don't have that, or in any other. So it depends on how you approach it. So trading is not luck, but if you approach it by luck, you know, sometimes luck may be your way, but a lot of times luck is not gonna be your way. You're gonna end up losing more than you get. You're gonna make 10 and you're gonna lose 10,000.
That's very true.
So,
that's from experience. Tell me something. What was your biggest trade? What was your biggest profit?
Biggest profit. A lot of people are gonna criticize me for this. But so I think my biggest trade ever is in my account, and that's $200,000. Let me actually show you this.
$200,000 in one trade.
$200,000 US.
Wow.
In one trade.
Wow.
People are gonna criticize me for this, but it's for real. This was a $5,000 account. Went all the way.
224,500. 224,575. Guys, that is Richlit.
That's the biggest trade ever.
Okay, so this is the only trader that can show you a live account with live profits and live money, and I can vouch for that. I can verify that. So guys, as I told you, he is the youngest and richest trader in Tanzania, one of the richest, youngest traders in Tanzania, driving one of the biggest cars that many youth want to drive, VX worth $87,000. It is quite good. Richlit is living quite the life, and it is amazing because many people want to live the life that he's living. And Richlit, you've showed us your biggest trade, your biggest profit. Could you tell us about your biggest loss, something that hurt you the most?
Hurt me the most? Okay, so I think around last year, I lost almost everything. Everything, like, you know, I think at that time it was no, I think it was 2 years ago. I think it was the first time me making around $80,000 US. You know, the first time you hold a lot of money at once when you're young, you are prone to make stupid choices.
Yeah.
So you know, I bought the latest iPhone. That was enough. I bought the latest Samsung. You know, I just did all the bullshit. You know, the yachts and everything. So it reached a point where all my money was gone, and then there's already a certain lifestyle I'm used to. You know, and then wanting to maintain that. So you know, I end up losing everything. So slowly I started selling one thing, selling the other thing. So it reached a point where I went all the way down to I had a 14. I went all the way down to iPhone 5. That was like rock bottom for me. Like I was like, shit. You know, it's really crazy when you make a lot of money and lose it all at once. The feeling is different.
Yeah, it is.
But you know, I was able to come through that, because the money I lost was almost over 200 million
Tanzanian shillings.
Yeah, but you know, it's not just it's trading as well, but it's just making dumb choices. That's due to me being inexperienced in that sense. But, you know,
the main thing that affects many youth is making decisions that really hurt them in the future.
True.
Or really hurt them in the process. I believe you were still growing by then.
Exactly.
And every youth or every young person makes dumb choices. But I believe that you learned a lot from that. And your comeback was or is greater than whatever happened.
We live and we learn, yeah?
Yeah, we live and we learn.
As long as it doesn't kill you, it makes you stronger.
Yeah, that's very true.
Yeah.
So, Richlit, where do you see yourself in the next 5 years from now?
Honestly, the only thing I'm dying for right now is $1 million, bro.
$1 million.
I want to, like, my target in life, the amount of money that I can say, like, I can relax, like, I can feel like I'm somewhere up there, is if I have $20 million.
Okay.
If you have $20 million, you're good. You're flying private. You can buy any car you want. You're living the life you want anywhere in the world. You can do anything you want. So that's my target. But they always say the first million is the hardest. So that's the amount I'm trying to reach. Once I hit that figure, then, you know, I'm pretty sure the rest is gonna be a smooth sail. So I see myself.
So your goal is $20 million.
My goal is $20 million, yeah.
Let's say you get it. You've got the $20 million now. Tell us about you.
Tell me about, you're not gonna see me on social media.
So
I'm gonna delete my Instagram
life.
account, yeah.
Oh, okay.
I'm gonna delete my Instagram account the first thing I get. Because, you know, why? At that point, you know, you don't need, you know, you're enjoying life, you can do anything you want. I don't think
private way.
Yeah, in a private way. I think, you know, all this we're doing right now is we're trying to reach to, you know, a bigger audience, connect with more people, so we can get more opportunities. But once you're already there and you've already built that, you know, I don't think I wanna be a low-key kind of person. So yeah.
Low-key kind of person.
Low-key kind of person, yeah.
That's interesting. So Richlit, tell us about your services. What do you do currently?
So currently, what I offer is trading EAs, expert advisors, the robots. I do have Cortex AI and I have Celestial Prophecy AI. And you know, that's for me, that's what I offer. But I am thinking of preparing a mentorship session, because a lot of people are demanding those in different cities in Tanzania. A lot of people are like, bro, we need you to come and speak and learn and stuff. So, you know, I want to pursue that as well. But currently that is what I offer. I did have Signal services, but I paused that for a little bit. So currently we're just offering EAs, yeah. Okay,
and the profit that you showed us, was it from the...
It was from the expert advisor, yes.
From the expert?
Yes,
oh, wow.
It was.
Wow. The profit that he showed us for $224,575, that was from the EA that he sells. Richlit is a programmer. You're a programmer, right?
I mean, I am, being honest, I'm sort of learning into coding, but when it comes to stuff like this, I tend to outsource to people who I trust, who I feel they're more developed in that area, because I don't want to do something that, you know.
So you have your own programmers?
I have my own programmers, yes.
And you give them your strategy?
Yeah, I do give them my strategies, and they encode it, and we do back testing a lot of times. You know, that's how I create my things.
Okay, and your EA, is it only trading currencies or volatility?
So my EA was initially created for trading synthetic indices, but it does also trade currencies as well. Most efficiently, I use it on gold or the pound against the US dollar. Yeah, so it's for MetaTrader 5, so technically it can trade any pair that's in MT5, but then, you know, it's more efficient in either of the two.
Okay, that makes sense.
Yeah.
So currently in South Africa,
Yeah.
the government put strict measures on people providing EAs, signals, and so on, whereby everyone doing that has to be registered.
True.
Or verified. They need a certificate. Do you think the same should be applied in Tanzania?
I mean, for people mentoring, actually, I'm pretty sure even the mentors don't know this. But for Tanzania, for you to be able to give out financial advice, you have to be certified by the Bank of Tanzania. There's a certain course you have to undergo, you have to pay, and you have to learn. And if you are successful and you pass the exams, then you become a certified financial advisor in Tanzania. So I think for those who are mentors in trading, technically, if you're doing that, I think you're supposed, by law in Tanzania, I think you're supposed to have that certification from BOT. But most people don't have it.
Yeah.
That is because online trading in Tanzania isn't regulated. We only have regulation for physical bureau de changes and stuff like that.
Okay.
But the lack of regulation in online forex trading hence creates a loophole for people to operate. That's why you see even brokers opening office in Tanzania. That is because we have no regulation. So they can open a company in any kind of, they can call themselves a marketing agency, but then they're a brokerage.
And how are they paying taxes?
Actually, I'm not really sure, but I think they do have I think they do make estimations, because I don't know how, because obviously they cannot be sharing the amount of, because everything the trading done and the servers outside the country. So I don't think they are obligated to provide that kind of information. But I do think there's a number that they think, because when you open a company in Tanzania, you say you think your company is gonna be worth what kind of amount, so they can know how to charge you and stuff like that. So I think even for the taxes, there's a certain number where you can predict for yourself that you think you can be making this amount of money, and you can be paying taxes from that. But I don't think that's how much. They're obviously making much more than that.
Yeah, there's a loophole, and that
very big
loophole needs to be fixed.
Yeah,
and
there's a very big loophole.
With that said, many traders, many people that do not know how to trade, that are coming into the trading world, are being hurt. They're being done to things that they don't understand, just because they do not, just because Tanzania does not have a regulation. How I wish the government can enforce that within due time. Yeah,
I think they will. A few years back, they did call all the forex traders to BOT. They hosted a meeting. I think that was among the stages to regulate forex and cryptocurrency in Tanzania. So I think as we go towards the future, they're gonna implement something, because our constitution is from way back, and back then we didn't have this thing. So I think they're gonna figure something out. But as of currently, it's like a free land, so we have brokers coming in, people doing anything how they want. But I think the government knows, and I'm pretty sure they're working on it.
So guys, that was a little bit about Richlit. Richard. As I said, Richard is a young genius. Richard is a young mentor. Richard is a young Tanzanian that is tending to be on top of everything that you've ever wanted to be. He's a young trader from Tanzania, born and raised in Dar es Salaam.
True, born and raised in Dar es Salaam.
He's currently pursuing his dream of getting to $20 million. We hope he can get there with you. So, Richlit or Richard is offering mentoring classes. They will start soon.
They'll start soon, probably next year.
Next year. But currently he has his EAs that he's selling, of which you said one is?
Cortex. Cortex is the current version. Celestial is the old version.
Oh, okay. So he has two that he's selling. And he showed us profit. He made $5,000 to $200,000. These can seem like stories.
Unrealistic.
Unrealistic, but because we know how to trade, I understand. So you guys, if you need to contact Richlit, he'll give you his contacts. We are grateful for you paying attention, and Richlit, karibu sana.
Thank you very much.
Tell the people about where to find you and so on.
So you guys can follow me on Instagram, Richlit at RFXA. That's the only place where you can get me. The page is verified, so you guys make sure you follow me. If there's anything or any questions, you're very much welcome to DM me. I always answer those, but as long as it's something significant. Welcome. Thank you very much for tuning in with us. I hope it's been information. You guys have learned something of value. See you guys at the top. See you at the top. $20 million.
Thanks, man.
No,
This was good.
it was great.
Yeah.